my name's shawnshawn. I sell art on shawnshawn.co. Today we're going to react to Vitaly Tesh. So Vitaly Tesh is a graffiti channel. Looking at the YouTube, it has a really nice banner of one of his kind of close-ups of one of the graffiti posts. He has an Instagram, Facebook, and something else, SoundCloud. So I guess he does music as well. Or maybe that's just the artist he used it from. His first playlist on the top is popular uploads. He has uploads, Tesh Beats. So yeah, he definitely does music, it looks like, on the side. Maybe we should check that out. And then he has this graffiti page, music. So he has quite a bit of different things. So it's kind of cool. We're just going to check out the art side though. So looking at the first video, it's called Graffiti Tesh Throwing Up Bombing Fat Cap GoPro 4K. Well, we're only going to see it in 1080, but eventually I got to upgrade to 4K, I guess, huh? He has kind of a cool start on the bike. GoPro. Looks like some really good graffiti over here locally. So it's kind of cool. You get a tour of the spots they hit. Really good graffiti artists, you can tell. It's a little bit trippy with the angle like this because you're going to go back and forth if you're an older. So it's kind of cool. You go straight into it. He's jump cutting, so it moves a lot faster. So it's just you record, cut, and then you just kind of throw it together. Super fast jump cuts. It's way faster than normal, but he's doing a throwy. So throwies you do super fast because they're illegal, but they're highly visible area. So it's kind of cool. He has his own cap kit. So you got fat cap, red cap, whatever. So he switched to fat cap so he can paint faster. And he just literally kind of fill it super fast. Not looking for quality, just kind of just get it in there, get it up. Maybe he'll fill it later, but I kind of doubt it. These kind of things they just put up super fast. You're leaving gaps in there, I don't know why. But if the police can show up at any time, it makes sense. It's going to be highly stressed. Let's skip ahead just a little bit. This is pretty fast. So he's doing outline in the black. So he's using a really fat cap and he's trying to make it skinnier. But the fat cap's nice because you can really see those bold lettering differences. Alright, so skip ahead a little bit again. He's gonna outline in white, kind of get those nice accents. So normally you do the background probably in black. It's just in gray. So gray's nice though if you're gonna have your black as your highlight. So it is a really nice supple bubble with a little bit extra, more than your typical bubble. A bubble just kind of really fast. So he's adding a little bit more than a bubble fill. So it's kind of between bubble and piecing. But it's still pretty much a bubble. Just a lot cleaner, I would say. Definitely pretty cool looking, I would say. All right, let's go into the next one. This one is Graffiti Tesh Big 3D Bombing. So bombing just means you're going to hit a lot of the city, get your name up as much as possible, cover as much surface as possible. Obviously highly illegal, so let's get into it. So this is a super trippy video with the fisheye. That's an awesome camera view with the fisheye. You're just like, what the hell are we watching? Super trippy way to start. That's pretty cool. Oh, he has it really high up on I guess a GoPro to maybe accentuate it. The viewpoint's insane, man. But it's a really cool way to film, actually. So he's coming up where he's going to paint. So let's skip ahead a little bit to where he starts. So this time he has music, so that's cooler. Again, it's point of view, so you get a... So it's point of view, obviously on top of the head, so in case they need to run if the police show up. But it's kind of a really cool feel because you feel the paint strokes as they go through really fast. And it is nice they're kind of keeping all their cans versus throwing them. It's weird because I think in the States they just toss them on the ground and they don't give a crap, but it looks like in Europe they're more considerate of the trash. Although painting is really, I don't know if it's toxic or what do you want to say, but it's definitely one of the big pollutants in the air. So he had a little bit of camera behind him to get a second viewpoint, which is kind of cool. I like that chirpy fisheye view. It's super badass. Let's skip ahead a little bit. An outline. So it's kind of really simple three-tone, three-color thing. It's really trippy with that fisheye look. I mean, it just accentuates the bubble look. Alright, we got some dumb out here, Jesus Christ. Alright, skip ahead a little bit here. So yeah, some accents here to kind of make it stand out more. Oh, he left the face there, that's no good. I don't know if it's actually illegal then if they showed their face. Normally you never show your face, you're going to get totally busted. I kind of like the light blue. I mean, I would have left a little bit and just used both blues, but it's interesting how they always finish stuff like that. So they always sign it twice. They got the big one and this is the kind of a small signature, which is, you know, interesting. I'm not sure why he's going over it 6 times, but maybe he's gonna, oh yeah, he's gonna do white now. So that's a really cool way to do it. So HB is probably his crew. So the crew would be his local graffiti writers that work together. So they always kind of put their crew name additionally to their... I love how they come with these really abstracted lettering. It's just like totally bizarre. Obviously people see it on their telephone booth or their local store, they're not going to be happy, but it is an art form in itself. Alright, so let's go on to the next one. This is interesting. It starts in a store, I think. Maybe it's an ad. This is called Vitaly Tesh Fresh Style in the Gym. So it does start in a store, which is kind of a cool start. Is he going to steal it or is he going to pay for it? Because a lot of graffiti artists take pride in racking the paint. I think they did that more in the 80s, 90s, but they never filmed themselves doing it. So I think now, since they're filming it, they can't really film that they're stealing paint. So, but since they're not filming, it doesn't mean they're not doing it, right? Who knows? I don't think people do that as prevalently as they used to. But it might just depend on the area and the region. I guess it's going to be forever until he finds a spot. I like the backpack. It's super badass. I guess a really good branding. Okay, so he's doing indoors, so you definitely need a mask for indoors. So he has his design on his phone, which is interesting because then you get paint all over it, right? So it's better to have actually a paper design and then you can just... So again, he's really super fast jump cuts, so it moves even faster than when it does. And usually in a graffiti, you want to have the letters packed in. An amateur kind of space them out, but you want them really overlapping the letters actually, and kind of fighting each other for dominance. So it's kind of a warfare of letters. I'm going to skip ahead just a little bit. Okay, that thing's screwed, I think. So it's always good if you got paint, bring up backup paint, because sometimes you got a leaky can or whatever and just the paint goes bad. So you probably want to have a little bit more than you need. But obviously you got to economize on your paint, so it's a little bit of a challenge. So he's going to keep going to there. Let's skip ahead a little bit further. It's interesting he doesn't do it cleaner with a being indoors, because it's probably a paid commission. Then it's not really a graffiti per se. Although it could be if it was an abandoned house, but the walls are clean, so I don't think it's abandoned. It's interesting, kind of like double shadow. You could have done it like with the white left in there, would have been super cool, I think. But it stands out more if you just do that really heavy outline like that. It really makes it pop. So again, it's really bubble letter style. A little bit more than that, but let's get to the end here. It's probably gonna add white, I assume, at some point. I can't imagine you just leave it like that. Oh, he's not gonna do white? I thought for sure he'd do white on here.
Okay.
So he actually shows his face, which is interesting.